Hey, Coach, you want to know how LSU scored so many points in the very first playoff game this year? Well, I've got you covered. Hey, Coach McKie here, and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time visiting my channel, welcome, and let me tell you what it's all about, the spread offense. In this channel, we talk about passing schemes, running schemes, tempo, RPOs, any and everything that has to deal with the spread offense. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to learn more of, click that subscribe button, and then off to the side is a bell notification. If you're like me, the college offense that I have been salivating over, that's right, SAT word, is the LSU offense. Why? Because it shows that when you take athletes and you put a dynamic passing scheme to it, explosive things happen. So what I want to do is I want to go over every single touchdown but one that LSU scored against Oklahoma in the very first playoff game, and I want to break down what they did, how they went, what defense they faced, and everything like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw it up on the board, and then we're going to cut, and I'm going to show you the film as it happened, all right? If you like this, if you want to learn more about this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Now let's get into it. So the very first play that they came out and scored on was 11 personnel with the sniffer, and what they did is it seemed like they were running a simple inside zone, inserting him into it, and then reading someone. Who were they reading? They were reading this guy right here. So when the play snapped, they easily blocked everyone. So as you can see, when we show it, they have 6 on 6. Now, where's that other guy came? Well, at the snap of the ball, he drops, and then he's got outside shade. What they were doing is he ran it was essentially a post RPO, a glanced RPO into the scheme, and he ran a slant. So the quarterback put the ball in the running back's hand, and then he read this man. But since he inserted and he dropped back, there was a bunch of green grass right here, and he just smoked it in there for a nice gain and for the first touchdown. So let's go to the film.
Grass, find grass, take grass. Here's the grass right here. Find it, take it. Nice and simple pitch and catch.
The second play they scored on was something that they actually scored against Alabama when they played back a couple of weeks ago. And it is a thing of beauty. Now, what LSU does, and which is a great thing, is they like to compress their formations. So this is on the left hash, and they ran essentially the sail concept, but with the running back running the sail. What that means is the L will run a post just like that. He runs a post. The Y is running into the flat, and then they will have the running back run the sail portion right out like this. Now, what the good thing is Oklahoma was prepared. They saw this, they knew it was going to happen, so they matched up well. But on the backside is where we actually get the magic, because we have the F is running essentially a switch bender, and then the R is stutter stepping, and then he is running across. Oklahoma matched up great with them, but the beautiful thing about having people come into the field of vision, they're essentially flooding one side of the field, is when he scrambles, like you will see, this guy, the R, comes into the frame, and the quarterback, all he has to do is, it's a scrambling drill. And if you want to learn a beautiful thing about the scramble drill, is watch some of LSU's cut-ups, how they score. It's actually the scramble drill. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you another one that they scored off the scramble. But let's go to the film.
All right, so we're second touchdown. We're on the left hash. It is compressed. And this is a little soapbox moment. You know how coaches say that you can't really run the same thing over and over again? Well, I want you to think, is that true? Because here is one of the same plays that LSU dominated Alabama with. They're running it again right now in the college playoffs. So he is going to have a post. He is straight to the flat, and he is running his sail concept. Oklahoma does a great job matching up with it, but when you bring someone into the quarterback's field of vision when he scrambles, that is the beautiful thing, because now you have an outlet. Now you have an oh shit. As you can tell, there's the post, there's the flat, and the running back. Now he scrambles, there's the oh shit right there in the quarterback's field of vision. So he has a security blanket to throw to if things go bad. Notice how there he is. He immediately looks for nothing is there. Oh crap. Now he is looking for his security blanket, and he stares him down the entire time. Always staring him down, so he has someone to go to, and that is LSU's second touchdown.
The one thing, if you're going to pay attention and break down LSU's offense, and what I've noticed is LSU's brilliance of using the same personnel but getting in different formations. So they'll go from 10P to 11P to 5 wide, all using the same personnel. And in this example, on their third touchdown, that is exactly what they did. They moved their tailback out here. So he is now the outside receiver. And what Oklahoma did to combat that was they moved a linebacker to put on there because they didn't want to waste a corner on a tailback. What LSU did was they ran the slot fade. And it's a beautiful thing. So on the front side, to the 3 receiver side, they just had the running back just held this man, they ran a slot fade, and then this guy held the linebacker. So they've essentially created a one-on-one here, but as you can tell, it wasn't that well. It's 4/3, didn't like it. The magic comes on this side. The L just runs a little pattern to hold that corner, and then what happened is, I don't know if the quarterback did this or not, but at the snap of the ball, this safety drops down, this backer flips to the middle of the field. So now it is a one-on-one situation. And when you spread things out, and especially with the athletes that LSU has, you just want to go one-on-one. Where's the best matchup? And as you can tell, this is not the side of the matchup side you want. This is 4/3. This is one-on-one. So that's what you go with. And all the F did, all this wide receiver did, was just beat him off the ball, and it was a nice, simple throw for the third touchdown of the game. It is taking candy from a baby, and you will see now.
All right, here's touchdown number 3. As I said before, LSU does an amazing job of getting in different formations using the same personnel. So we've got the tailback all the way out here as a wide receiver. Oklahoma moves a linebacker out, so now we've got the favorable matchup. What he is going to see is the rotation of him dropping to the middle of the field and him coming straight down. And as pre-snap, you can tell he has got the leverage. He has got all this grass outside. This looks like man-to-man. So what's going to happen? Takes the snap. He is going to do something. He's checking everything out. And then, boom, look. He is rotating to the middle of the field. He is already inside leverage, which gives all of this space right here. And this is just a one-on-one matchup. His eyes are in the middle of the field. He is seeing where the rotation is. They've got 1-over-1, or everyone's covered over here. So he knows, okay, I've got the favorable matchup out here. Nice and simple pitch and catch. They had the matchup they wanted. They took it. They scored.
So for the fourth touchdown, LSU again goes empty using the same personnel, so Oklahoma can't really do anything about it. If you're going to use tempo, I would advise you to do the same thing. Even if you're just in 10P, you can go 0 and just move your running back out there instead of bringing in another wide receiver. That creates difficulty with the opposing defensive coordinator. They don't know what in the world to do. That is something you want to look into doing. Now, what they did over here is, I'm really not sure with these two guys, but with him, they dragged him to this side, so as a check down. So he just ran like a hitch. He ran a seam. The Y dragged all the way and then just sat, just in case something happened. What went on this side was a switch concept. And I don't know if they dialed it up right, or they just knew, or they just caught Oklahoma in a bad defense. What happened was we have a switch dig. So he ran a switch in a post or a dig, and then he ran the vert. And what happened was this guy right here just froze. He played and they spun down. And the corner went with the R. He spun down, and when he spun, he was already out leveraged to the outside. He was put at a bad advantage, and this guy just beat him. And another thing is, it was a scramble. So he scrambled to the right. He saw it was one-on-one. Now, granted, this was a phenomenal catch right here. But again, when you have athletes and you put them in space like this, you are going to create the one-on-one. And what you need to teach your quarterback, if there's anything, it's not watching LSU and saying, hey, we need to run that offense. It is actually watching this man right here, if I could put my finger on it right. And notice when he scrambles, he's not scrambling and looking straight down. He is scrambling and keeping his eyes up, because the guys know, the wide receivers from LSU know, hey, when we scramble, big things happen. And that's what happened. It was a nice catch, but the switch concept on against whatever the defense was running, the spinning coverage and everything like that, it was beautiful in execution, and that is how they actually scored on their fourth one. So let's watch film.
Touchdown number 4, they are in a different formation, yet in the same personnel, so Oklahoma doesn't know what they're going to do. They now have 3 receivers to the top, 2 down below. They're going to be running a switch concept down below, but I want you to watch his eyes. Notice when things break down, he doesn't scramble, looking at the ground, looking to make a play, running with his legs, although he can. He's keeping his eyes up the field because he knows when he scrambles, there is a chance for a big play, and that is what happens right now. Also, he is coming into the quarterback's field of vision right here, and now he knows, okay, I've got the matchup. I'm looking down the field, and then I'm going to just make a play. That is a back shoulder throw too, by the way, which is crucial if you want to. You've got to practice that if you want. Now, here's another thing. Look at how he's got outside shade, so he is going to go with the post. He is already beat by leverage. He is already beat. He knows he has got him, and he is going to run the switch concept. Back shoulder throw where only his man can get it. Now, granted, this is why he won the Heisman, because this is an unbelievable throw, and I don't expect your quarterbacks to make this kind of throw at the high school level, but he's throwing it back shoulder to make the catch. Either his wide receiver's catching it or it's out of bounds. He caught it for another touchdown.
LSU does a great job, especially when you notice throughout the year of using bunch sets. And they used bunch sets like this one to destroy Alabama, to destroy Georgia, and they used it to destroy Oklahoma. And they scored out of bunch 3 times in this game. This is the very first one. So they go bunch, and what they do is they kind of run like a 4 verts type package. But here's the key. They flood the right. They have the Y is running like a vertical concept right there. The R is running straight to the flat. The tailback is running straight to the flat. And they are bringing this L all the way across to the flat. So what's the F doing? Well, if everybody's running to the right, this cat right here is taking one step like he's looking like he's going to run that way, and then he runs all the way to the opposite hash. And again, it was either a brilliant dialed up play or Oklahoma just had a brain fart, because when the snap of the ball happens, they rotate into a cloud type coverage 3 where they're rotating this way, and there should be someone over here, but there was no one there. So all he had to do is when he took his 3-step drop, he saw that there was grass on this side, and he just made a simple throw and catch right there. And you will see it on film.
All right, so we're on the left hash. We've got a bunch set, and I can't stress this enough. LSU does an amazing job all year long of using compressed sets, of using bunch sets to really mess with the defense. And it forces the defense's hands, and it makes it easier for the quarterback to know where he's going to go with the ball and who to attack. We have got 2 people into the flats, 1 up the seam, and then we're going to take this man right here, the point man. He is going to act like he's going to release outside, and then he's running to the other hash. And what the quarterback sees is rotation. And another reason why you want to do bunch is because it bunches these guys up, so it's easier for your quarterback to see in his vision, okay, what are the safeties doing up top? So he is going to drop down, he is going to rotate, leaving a bunch of grass right back here that they attack. Down, rotate, easy one-on-one, nice throw, again, behind the receiver, so either the receiver makes the catch or it is going to be an incompletion. I can't stress that enough. That is the pat and go every single day, settle up in noose type drills, and that is how they attack and get their 5th touchdown.
As you notice, and as I keep harping on this, LSU runs different formations, different personnels with tempo, and it really catches the defense off guard. So for the next one, we have 10 personnel, and what they're going to do is they're going to do a nice play action slot fade. And the reason why I think they're doing this, and you let me know if you think the same thing, is because they see a lot of rotation from the secondary. Oklahoma did a lot to rotate the one high, and that left the seams very vulnerable. And this is what happened on this play. We have some play action, and this is the one thing I like what LSU does, is after they play action, they have the back go immediately to the flat as a, hey, check down, oh shit type of play. What they did on this side is it looked like they had the slot fade, and I want to say, and let me know if you think they did something different or if you know, that since he saw the rotation of the play go this way, he knew that we were going away from the rotation. And they just sat to hold the corner, and then it was a freaking just a nice and easy throw. It was a busted coverage, it looked like, because this linebacker looked like he should have carried, but he jammed and then went to the flat. And this is where the grass area was. It was a nice, simple, just throw it up there to the dude. As you know, this is Randy Moss's son. Doesn't have quite the speed as Randy Moss, but it's so easy to throw it here, and he did the rest. Let's see.
So far in these cut-ups, we have seen LSU in a bunch 3x1 set, in a 5-wide set, in a 11 personnel 3x1, and now they're in a 10 personnel 2x2, and it is causing confusion with the defense. As you can tell, LSU is using tempo. This guy right here doesn't even know what's going on. He is looking down at his wristband to see what the call is, and they are fixing to run the play. What we're going to do is we're going to play action, and then the running back is going to come into the flat. There's a slot fade right here, and again, it is crazy how much Oklahoma is rotating down, and there's all this grass right here. It's that you can't even draw that up that well. If you drew this up online, you would have defensive coaches bitching and complaining about how that is not realistic, and you wouldn't be able to do that. Yet you have proof right here. So look, he doesn't even know what's going on right there. I want you to keep your eyes on the quarterback real quick. Look how he is looking at the safety structure, because they have slot fades on both sides. He sees the safeties go this way. Notice his eyes are looking at the safety. The safety rotates away, so now he is going to attack where the safety left. That is such a beautiful concept, and it's an easy thing for your quarterback to do. Now, that is Randy Moss's son. He is huge. Doesn't quite have the speed of Randy Moss when he played, but he makes the touchdown for the 6th time this game.
Like I said earlier, LSU has been dominating teams in the bunch formation. And what they do, and you'll see after this one, is they like to go bunch, and then they like to run inside zone with this guy kicking out the C gap. So they're going to fake like they're doing that, because what do you think when you get into the red zone, into the goal line, where they were right here? It was on, the 5-yard line. The defense thinks, hey, they're going to run the ball because they have the dudes to run it. Well, LSU is going to use that against the defense and score on a play that they scored on against Georgia and they scored on against Alabama. If you want to see me break those things down, hit right here. My Instagram should be popping up right there. Go follow me on Instagram and you will see me do more of these types of breakdowns on there. But what they did was they did inside zone. Nice and easy inside zone right here. And then he acts like he's blocking, and the F is going to act like he is going to block the safety, and then he runs a corner route. And you will be amazed that when it's a nice long rod, and then he takes one step, and there's so much grass out there that I could have put it up my butt and farted it out there for a touchdown. And you'll see on the video right now.
Touchdown number 7, and I think all the coaches are right about this, especially the ones on Coach Huey and Twitter and everything like that, where you can't run the same play every single week because defensive coordinators are way too smart. They will know it, because it's not like LSU has ran this play. There's no way they're going to run this play that they ran against Alabama, against Georgia. They're not going to run it against Oklahoma right there. There's no way Oklahoma's defense is going to fall for it. They've seen it. They've got every single film possible on LSU from the entire year. They know what's going to happen. So LSU knows never to run the fake inside zone duo where everybody blocks. This guy acts like he's going to block this and come into the corner. That's not going to happen, right? There it is, wide open. And that is such an easy pitch and catch. And they've repped this over and over again that it is touchdown number 7 right there. You can't make that any easier for your quarterback.
This is the last time LSU scored. They did it out of the bunch formation again, and this time they actually did it with a run. Now, the beautiful thing with this, and my man Coach Kadudi could talk about at a duo, is you can run duo from 10 personnel when you use the bunch formation and you're getting the double teams that you need. And that is what LSU did here. So this is how they blocked it up. They just When you block it up like this, all you're trying to do is make one dude miss or one dude misfit, and you will have what you want. And who misfit in this play? This safety right here. He filled in when he should have, and all the running back did was bounce to where that safety left. And it was a nice and simple, clean touchdown run, and you'll see right now.
Here it is, the last touchdown. You see it again. They're in 3-by-1 bunch. It messes with the defense, and now you can run any kind of scheme that you want because this is really just a jumbo set if you want to utilize it that way. They use it as an inside zone or duo concept. The misfit right here by the safety allows it a nice and easy run for your running back. And I really do think this is duo because, as you can tell, his eyes are looking. So in duo, you want to go opposite where this linebacker is. The linebacker's here, so he jumps opposite. Nice and easy for touchdown number 8. And that is for all you coaches that want to know, why can't you run the ball? When you pass the ball enough and score enough, you can actually run with ease.
All right, coaches, so there you go. That's the breakdown of LSU's 8 touchdowns minus 1, which was just a quarterback sneak against Oklahoma in the college playoff games. If you like that, please let me know in the comments below. Again, I'm doing something different in the offseason. I'm going to break down some college opponents and things like that so you can see how scheme works in the game. So if you like that, let me know in the comments below. And before you go, if you want to have some drills for next year when you're going ahead and you're installing your offense and things like that, if you look in the description or if you looked at the very first pinned comment, I have a series of drills you can use to get your offense just scoring a ton of points. All you do is click the link, a box will pop up when you get to that website. You just type in your email, and then I'll send you the 6 videos right there. And until next time, let's continue to master the spread, score points, and have fun.